when you're hiring a salesperson, what are you looking for?
I've told you this. It's kind of funny because I have an unconventional way of doing it. I just hire people and then
Yeah, like, you're cool, dude. I give you a thumbs up.
I'm serious. Yeah. So I'll just like, all right, hey, I'll hire you. And then I will fire so fast, especially for acquisitions people. So if you don't listen, if you're not coachable and you don't like actually say what I'm telling you to say, then you're gone. If you can't follow a script. There's one guy, I found out that he was typing in ChatGPT and asking them, what do I say when a customer says this? I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? You're going to ask ChatGPT when you have like one of like, in my opinion, one of the best salespeople around who has listened to, I've listened to so many different people, Steve Trang, Brent Daniels, Pace Morby, Grant Cardone, Jeremy Lee Minor. I've took all of everything I learned from them and made you a script, and you're asking ChatGPT what to say to them. I said, I made him sign a form that said, if you ever do this again, I understand that I will be immediately terminated if I ever have ChatGPT on my freaking computer again when talking to somebody. And he ended up getting fired. But anyway, long story short.
That is hilarious.
It was crazy, dude. So anyway.
That's crazy you got that pissed.
I got so pissed because, dude, I spent time training these people, teaching them what to say, knowing that it works, and then they think they know better. I'm like, you've never even freaking closed a deal, and you think you know better than somebody who's closed a lot of deals. And Andrew, our top sales guy, you've seen how much money he's made. He made like 227 grand last year.
Yeah, he hasn't ChatGPT.
Yeah, you've seen him. And do you think he used ChatGPT? No, he used the script that we freaking gave him. You have all the tools and you're not using them. So yes, I get extremely upset when I give somebody everything they need to succeed and then they think they know better when they've accomplished nothing. Yeah. That really pisses me off because I want people to win so bad and I will give them everything they need, in my opinion, to win. And if they don't do it, then it's their fault, but I get very upset. So anyway, long story short is hiring salespeople, set expectations, and then know if they're not listening, if they're not actually fulfilling any of those expectations, you got to fire very quickly. Because something that I found is I didn't even know I was a salesperson. I was working in landscaping, working a physical job, physical labor for $10, $12 an hour. And I remember the guy that was hiring me, he was like, well, you're not really bringing a whole lot to the table here. And I'm like, I think back to that moment a lot. And I'm like, he's right. I wasn't. But he didn't know what I was willing to do either, what I was willing to put in, the effort that I was willing to do. I was willing to read books, practice. I listened to tapes from Grant Cardone. I'd say this stuff out loud. So he's right in the sense that I wasn't offering anything at that time, but he had no idea what I could turn into. And so I think the same thing for everybody is I don't know what they can become based on where they've been. So that's what I always say is I'm going to give you a shot and I'll give you everything you need to succeed. And if you choose not to do it, I'm going to fire you very quickly. And that's how we came across Andrew, dude. He was a 17-year-old kid in high school, had never been a salesperson before, very shy, talked a lot, dude. The first time when I was like, hey, dude, you're hired. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how thankful I am. This is so awesome. I'm watching your videos and like just kept going on. Like, I told Tony, I'm like, I don't know if we just hired the right guy. I'm like, this guy talks too much. And he ended up crushing it. And so same thing with me is I ended up being good and I didn't know I was going to be good. Tony, who can, like my business partner, he can speak so well. If you talk to him, you'd be like, dude, he's a salesperson. But he's not. He's just very good at speaking.
Yeah, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's very good at speaking, but he's not good at asking hard questions. And so it's people that you think would be good sometimes aren't good. 100%. And sometimes people that you think aren't going to be good end up being really good. So my opinion is hire them, set expectations in order to fire them quickly. Do not let them go past 30 days until you evaluate them. And you're going to know within 30 days if they're good or not. Here's a couple of things to watch out for. If they make any excuse to not talk to people, they're the wrong person.
That shit makes me so mad.
Oh, it's the wrong time. It's this, it's that. Oh, this person's mean. Fire them. Yeah. If they're making excuses for the reason that they're not talking to people, they are the wrong person.
I hate that.
Yeah, so that's honestly the biggest red flag. The second one is obviously if they're not saying the things that they're telling you to, they need to get off from practicing with the people and they need to say the stuff out loud, because what happens is you say when you get into and like your heart starts racing, you get into an automatic just your subconscious takes over. Yeah, and you kind of just say things that you would normally say. And so if they keep saying the same thing, they're going to re-embed the bad behavior. So you need to get them off the phone and just practice saying that thing out loud 10 times. And then whenever that comes up, they'll just automatically go back to the other thing. So if they can't learn how to do that, then fire them as well.